I'm tired of job hopping, but every position I've been getting in the last 2 years have just been unbearable. I don't know what it is, but every manager slash supervisor I've worked under have just made it their sole focus to make my time in any position miserable. Man, I feel depressed every time I sense the end coming near. You know, when they start purposely making your day harder, micromanaging you, spying on your Excel sheets. They could even be publicly embarrassing you with backhanded comments during meetings, or suddenly start having issues with nitpicky in your review meetings. Like, I'm just tired of it all, man. I can't even believe that I've worked in finance for over 7 years now. And the difference in pay is so marginally tiny that even though I'm taking on more responsibilities day to day, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, and my weekly shopping basket has gotten smaller than before. I don't feel rewarded for anything I've done in the past. All these backstabbing leeches just basically get short-term memory loss for all the good things I've done when it's now my turn to be the group punching bag. And I swear I've been selected to be the punching bag just because I wouldn't join in on talking shit about other people behind their backs. I don't understand why. Like, I don't even know. Like, is it a country thing, a people, community thing? Like, why is it everywhere I go, there's just gossiping, shit talking, and making people willingly quit as a norm? Like, everywhere I've been in the last 2 years, 100% has been like that. And to be fair, even before that, there were places, a lot of places that were still like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm a saint. When I go to work, I slack off just as much as the next guy, but I get my shit done. I always hit deadlines. Whenever I was on good terms with my supervisors or managers, they never complained about my work ethic. I always got shit done. I did the typical getting a haircut in the middle of the day, but have Teams on your phone and still answer messages, walking there and back. Like, everything was getting done, but as soon as they didn't like me for random shit, and I mean it, serious, like, just random, they suddenly switch up on me, and it would go from answering calls with my camera off every time to suddenly, it would be nice to see you when we speak. Can you let me know when you log on and when you take your lunch? Please tell me when you complete tasks and what tasks you'll be doing next. Like, working me like a dog while the rest of the team talk, laugh, make coffees, and make excuses for why they can't do it. Then suddenly their work falls on my shoulders. Like, I'm just done with this shit. And don't even get me started if you're experiencing this on a temporary contract. And I know in some interviews they say strong possibility to go perm, but like, fuck off. A lot of these places could have made you perm from the beginning. So why didn't they? Like, they have funding to hire contractors, but they don't have the same funding for an employee that does the same role. So how does that make sense? And after you complete your 1-year contract and become a perm member, why are you still on a 3 to 6 month probation? Like, what the fuck was the point in making a temp position for a year then? So you don't get any company benefits for 15 to 18 months, usually. And you're forced to be on your best behavior and take as much as they can throw at you for the full duration. And to be fair, it's even longer than that because you don't even get employee rights till you serve 2 years in the company in the UK. And if you decide to enforce your company rights by holding a tribunal, you might as well ask for your P45 at the same time, because ain't no way you're going to be going back to a happy work environment. You'll have the manager, supervisor, drama horse, snakes, all there just to gang up on you and make your time feel and slow. And the worst part of it all is you'll end up being a team building exercise. You'll paint a huge target on your back, fighting a valiant cause for rights and justice, while they all just point and laugh and have the time of their lives watching you fight a losing battle. Like 9.999 times out of 10, you're not winning this fight. Like, even if you manage to prove you didn't do what they say, which by the way I have done now multiple times in a few different roles, it will not mean. Even one of my former security colleagues, we used to get along really well back in the days. He went out with some of my other colleagues and had a bit too much drink that night. Some kind of argument broke out between their group and some random people. And my guy threw his colleague's shoes on the floor. He was carrying it for her because, you know, she couldn't walk in high heels no more, whatever. And before he could even grab, punch, or anything, the group of guys pulled him to the ground and started hitting him on the floor. And all the other colleagues got into the fight as well, right? After everything was said and done, right, the supervisor on shift that night suspended him and gave some bullshit recollection of what happened that night. And I remember seeing him come to work at a random time in his own clothes and have a meeting with the managers from the agency and from the Spec Ops team, which just some fancy name to say CCTV team. My guy came to me at my position and told me what happened. The supervisor on shift made up a bullshit story that he beat up somebody and that the supervisor had to break up the fight and get him off the guy. But when they went back and watched the tape, get this, my guy was rolling on the floor like a turtle on his back. Yeah, he's very fat. He didn't get hurt, but the only part of the story that was correct was when he threw the shoes on the floor. But right after that, my guy was a fish out of water, not even a threat. So I asked him, what's going to happen next? And he said they still gave him a suspension, but it would be fully paid for a week if he admitted fault. I asked him, why the fuck would you take that? And the reason he gave, they said, well, you did throw the shoes on the floor, so if you want, we'll go down a disciplinary or you can take the paid time off. Literally, like imagine somebody making up blatant lies and being found to be completely false, yet you still get in trouble. And that guy, the supervisor, didn't get any repercussions. They covered his tracks with the admittance to fault. Seriously.
I witnessed people in positions of power just yelling at coworkers in front of other people, demeaning them, making sexual comments. When the environment is like that at the top level, it really does trickle down to every facet of the workplace. Like, I actually found myself becoming a bit toxic as well.
I was bullied at work myself, and it went on for about 2 years before I actually felt able to do anything about it.
So just remember, treat them how they treat you. Go out the same way that they make you feel. F their reference. It's illegal to give a bad reference. And worst case scenario, just give your next employer the contact details to their HR department. They don't do shit anyway. Literally like 5 minutes out of their day, but watch them still complain. But hey, at least they'll be too lazy to not give a cookie cutter reference. And do yourself a favor. Do not get too attached to any position. Take it as it is. If it's a cozy job, write it out as long as possible and try and stay under the radar. If you don't have any morals, go along with the bullying to keep them off your back. But just be aware, if they can do that to your colleague, they will do the same thing to you as soon as you stop going out with them, talking about other people, or even defending somebody. Like, don't grow a backbone when you've been mouthing off other people. Be a sheep, stick with one herd, and just go along with it. Because it'll be too late at that point to be a decent person. If they are genuinely terrible people, might as well find opportunity to be terrible back. Because honestly, there's like no repercussions whatsoever anyway. But yeah, guys, I'm losing faith with this. I don't know about you guys. Is it only me, or are you experiencing this kind of fatigue as well? Let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure with how things are going, there's going to be a part 2, probably even a part 3 or 4. So let me know what you guys are going through, and I'll probably react to your comments later. Anyways, like always, like, comment, subscribe. Watch out for the weekly videos, and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.